Welcome to Chinwag with the Horsemen. I'm Andrew.
I'm Mayberry.
I'm James.
And I'm Casey.
Powered by Riverside
That's
FM.
right. We are back. We are so excited to be back. We are with a new hosting service or whatever Powerside FM is. We're very excited.
Riverside.
Riverside, Andrew.
See, that's how new it is.
This is literally our first time trying this. Now, we've tried to record a comeback episode, I think, twice before this. And through various reasons, we were unable to make that work. So if you're hearing this time it worked. Chinwag with the Horsemen is available where you get your fine podcasts. We're very excited to be back. We've had quite a bit of time off from this. A lot of life has happened in the meantime. So we're back. We're excited to get back into it. So this first episode in the reboot, if you will, or the season 4 or whatever we were up to, I don't know. But this first episode is just a reintroduction a little bit. So we're back.
A little bit. Plus, we've got, new features like a live studio audience.
Yes. They're too kind.
Oh, stop it. Just stop.
You invited to the after party. You not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like that, see, Casey got attacked by one of the live
they just
studio
run
audience
right
members.
out.
Like,
They do. They
all
just
over it.
attack
Yeah.
you.
It's wild.
That was the one that's
the
not
way it
good.
is.
wild
After party.
when you're working with a live studio audience. It's amazing.
Anything
Can happen on live podcasting. Now, so obviously the live studio audience is a big deal, but the fact that we're doing this live, we have not done this like this before. We recorded it and James has edited it, but I'm not sure how much editing he's going to be doing. This is going to be just perfect in one take. We're very excited for that, even if I have already gotten the hosting software wrong. But James, you excited to be back, man?
I'm thrilled to be back. I mean, the last couple of months have been really tough and trying for everybody, but, having you three to depend on and fall back on has really helped out during these times. So it's great to be back. What about you, Casey?
Oh man, I'm so glad to be back. I've really missed this. It's good to get together with you guys and be ridiculous and share this ridiculousness with the rest of the world. So glad to be back.
The rest of the world loves it.
Yeah.
Especially Germany
do.
for some reason.
Yeah.
Hey, we love Germany too.
Yeah. Germany's
We
great.
do. Yeah.
Hey, you took German in college. How do you say we love Germany?
Ich liebe Deutschland.
There we go.
There we are.
That would be I love Germany. I don't remember enough German to say we do anything, but Ich liebe Deutschland for sure. My German.
You only took what? A semester and a half?
I took 2 semesters of German at the advice of my advisor in college, who thought that it had been too long since I had Spanish. And as it turns out, the Spanish was still there, and it got mingled in with that German. And a guy that we all know that we went to school with, and I called it Deutsch Spaniel because it was just German-Spanish combination.
Just rolled in
together, and it made for a difficult semester, 2 semesters. First semester went okay. Second semester didn't go so well. So I finished my language credit going back to Spanish. I do want to point out too that I have found, and we have back on tap here, the N7 podcasting hat. So
I don't remember if that was present during the times we tried to record, and
I don't think it was.
failed.
Maybe
I don't
this is
think
what we've been missing the whole time. And coming in hot with the lens flares. Hey, Barry, you excited to be back?
Yeah, I am.
I don't know where he's at.
It's great to be doing this.
Good. Well, James James hit the nail on the head. We've all had trials and tribulations over the last several months, and it is good to be back, and it's good to have 3 lifelong friends that you can depend on. That's something that not everybody has. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, enough of that.
Man, it's been crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I'll share some stuff that has happened since we've been away from the podcast. We sold our house. That's what me and the wife did, and we have now relocated. So I'm coming live from Cotton Squalor. So yeah, everybody likes that idea.
Cotton Squalor.
Long-term
Cotton
listeners
Squalor,
will
gotta love
recall
it.
that we did an episode from Cotton Squalor with the night that we watched Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight. So, Fury and Wilder, right?
Yeah.
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 Yep,
So-
Fury and Wilder.
We were going to play Dungeons and Dragons.
We were
Three of the lit people.
That's the character creation.
3 of the people kind of was more espresso up than the one that was trying to tell them how to do it.
Yeah.
We were having a good time. We had a good time making
We had a great
characters
time.
or whatever.
That
Casey's
was-
right. We
yeah.
didn't get past
Oh,
the
you be
character
quiet,
creation.
Joel.
I kept threatening to commit genocide on Casey's. I don't remember what Casey was.
Maybe
He was a
you like
dwarf,
hated my
wasn't he?
race or something. I don't know.
He was a
Dwarf, I
half
think,
dwarf, half human.
You hated dwarves.
Yeah, I was going to wipe out the dwarves. One day we'll get back to that, maybe. But
Maybe, who knows?
'cause it looks fun, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might try to play it on here since we've got this new platform in Riverside
Nice.
running everything. So
Riverside?
that's pretty awesome. Riverside.
Yes,
FM.
Riverside.
That's who we're using.
It's not
You
parasite.
called it
It's not
something else.
It's not Power Slide.
No.
Power Slide?
That's a much better name. No,
Well, they named it Riverside. That's what it is.
we love being down by the Riverside. There's a gospel song for you can look up, but it's it does seem better. We've got the live studio audience and all kinds of cool features.
Yeah, and 3
So
and
I'll
4
reveal
different
something.
locations.
In 4 different locations. I'll reveal something. But
That's how awesome we
before
are.
I do, I'm going to need a drum roll on this reveal.
All right, here we go. Everybody ready?
I don't have anything really to reveal. I just wanted the drum roll in there. The drum roll is cool. I mean, there's
Oh.
stuff has definitely happened, but nothing that I care to discuss over a podcast at this time. Maybe one day, after about July, maybe, but not yet.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. But that'll be a whole episode unto itself. But anyway,
Well,
Casey, you got a box of junk or anything you want to go through?
I don't have a box of. Well, I probably do. We also we've moved into a new house probably since last time.
Yeah, I
we've done
think
this.
so.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'll have to look and see if we got some junk I can go over. Used to be a loved feature
Hang
of
on.
the show.
I've got
Casey's
some junk. Hold on.
Andrew's junk.
Andrew's junk.
Oh man, it could be anything.
It could be. Nothing beats Casey's junk.
But while we're sitting here, why don't you share with Casey and Andrew one of your Christmas gifts now, James?
So, for reasons best left unexplained, a lot of my stuff is in a storage unit, and I was going through some of that the other day, and I came across these 3 video games, and they've been
Hold on. Do you want a drum
no,
roll?
it's all right. I mean, unless you feel like it's appropriate.
I don't know.
I
It's
think
a new
it rims
segment.
off.
It's Andrew's
Okay.
drunk and
Go
everybody's
ahead,
drunk.
go ahead with a drum roll. Can you see that?
Ta-da!
007.
Yeah,
Dungeons Under Fire,
I got
and,
For the original Xbox.
Is that the one where you could play as Odd Job
no.
and nobody could shoot
No,
him?
that's GoldenEye. So this is like they did. EA Games did like
I thought-
this trilogy of Bond games, and I found them.
I thought they brought him back.
Oh, they might have. I'm not sure, but they found him I found this in the storage unit, and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome! I'm going to take these home and see if they're backwards compatible." And guess what? They are not backwards compatible.
They're not.
So
Lame.
I need to either find my original Xbox, which I'm not sure even works, or I need to order one off of that cool retro games website thing.
DK,
DK
Oldies.
yeah.
That is a great website.
It is a cool thing.
I found them a couple of months ago, and I ordered a PSP off of it and got a couple of games from them.
Yeah, I'll send that to you.
Fantastic, like free shipping over $10 in the U.S. And they just upped their warranty on all of their stuff for a full year. So
Nice.
anything you buy has a year warranty on it.
That's good. You know,
So,
DK
and
Oldies,
it-
if you want to pay
I
us some money,
ordered-
we'll plug you like this every week.
Every week. It'll be worth it for you.
Or just,
Yeah, totally
just
worth it.
send
We
us
don't
some
do an
retro
episode.
video games.
Hey, yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah, just send us all
I
video
could
games.
use an original
Yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah,
You could do retro video game of the week.
I can use a
Look at there.
Xbox 360
Look at that.
or
This
a-
is what happens with live audience. We just came up with a new
Well,
segment.
hang on a minute because we need. Let's
Attaboy,
see
Casey.
what does the studio audience think about retro game of the week.
I think that's approving.
I think it's approved. Yeah, I think that's a
Yeah.
win. Unlike the speakers election, we do it in one go.
One
There you
go,
go.
it's over with.
One and done.
It's been decided.
Well, so then I'll
Oh.
do retro game of the week. I'll do this Bond trilogy. We'll start it right now. Why the heck not?
Might
First
as well.
one, Agent Under Fire is pretty good. Nightfire is a lot better. It's a lot better than Agent Under Fire. And then this one's the ultimate one. I don't know if y'all remember Everything or Nothing, but Pierce Brosnan does the voice of Bond in this one. And who played Green Goblin in Spider-Man? What's his name?
William Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe's the
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
guy, and it's
Nice.
pretty good. This is a very good James Bond game. So there you are. There's
How would you compare these to the classic James Bond game? You know, GoldenEye, 007 for the
well, I would say it's
N64.
in some ways it's apples and oranges. All right, so the first two, they are first-person shooters, but there are driving levels, which you don't have in GoldenEye. And I think honestly, there's a much obvious. I mean, this was much later than GoldenEye, but it's a much better story. Both of them are like living James Bond movies. It's pretty cool. Everything or Nothing is actually a third-person shooter, so it's definitely apples and oranges, but it is pretty sweet nonetheless. So I would say as good as GoldenEye I would say better than GoldenEye for story. I'm sure the multiplayer is pretty comparable, but multiplayer is for dweebs. So
You can't play as Odd Job or whoever that can go
you know,
around
I don't
kneecapping
know.
people.
James mentioned
Yeah.
that. I don't know. I wish you guys would shut up about that. I really.
Just tell us
I mean,
about
you
Odd
could
Job.
you could run around with Oddjob and you could throw his hat and it was like a
Yeah.
one-hit kill.
So
And I
Oh,
mean, he was like this tall, where all the other sprites were like that tall.
you might
So-
notice on the box for Nightfire here, there's Pierce Brosnan. It's his face, but he sounds like Sean Connery. So yeah, so that's pretty
really?
hilarious. But
I
Awesome.
don't know the one of the last one that you had. I think they tried to make it look like Pierce Brosnan, but it was not.
it's not the
Slide
best
over.
likeness, but it is his voice acting. You're right about that. It
Over.
is actually him. doing the
Slide it
voice.
over.
Oh,
All I see is a gun point at me.
No, you're good. It was
It's like a Michael Keaton, Michael Keaton and like Val Kilmer mix up.
no, that's definitely Pierce Brosnan right there.
Yeah, that is
That
definitely
does not
Pierce.
look like him.
You mean
That's
like in
Remington
the game?
Steele.
That is Pierce Brosnan, bro. That
That's
is a
literally
photograph
Pierce
of
Brosnan.
him.
That is.
Is that Uma Thurman
That
as
is
the woman?
100% Remington Steele.
No, behind the wall.
Is that Bobby
The
Deal?
woman is not
Heidi,
Pierce Brosnan.
It's Heidi Klum.
Is that Heidi Klum or is that Gwyneth Paltrow?
It's Heidi Klum. She's on the back here in the credits.
Okay.
And also Judi Dench is on this as M, and John Cleese is Q, and Richard Keel returns as Jaws. You know, and then this is Sharon Elizabeth. So, you know, good stuff. James Bond
There you go.
games, espionage
Big
games
names
are
there.
good stuff. Thank you for joining us for Retro Game of the Week.
I had to This is like a terrible Monty Python skit. I had to readjust because we were playing around with the new platform and the live studio audience and everything. So if viewers notice, the boars now to my right, there's my most recent deer and my other deer I got this year. It's kind of weird pointing and looking at yourself in a camera, so I'm kind of like disjointed and all over the place.
Well, that's
I'm
fine.
not sure
Just
what
move your head
everybody
back
else
over
sees,
so it
but-
looks like you have
I see, like, just to me, it's like what do you call it? Vertical or portrait view. So, like, I don't see where you're pointing. It just cuts off at like your arm. But I'm
Yeah,
on
that's
cell
why I
phone.
was like, all I see is a gun.
Because you guys are
Right.
using phones.
I'm not. I'm using a laptop.
What?
Oh,
All right, relax. We're gonna
Settle.
get through this. It's our first episode back. We're all
There's going to be
jittery.
bumps. Yeah.
One thing I do
Look.
want to point out.
It's like a kangaroo driving a car, all right? There's going to be some bumps along the way, but we'll make it.
It's like a blind man at an orgy. We just have to feel our way through this.
classic. Classic quote.
Make it
It's
good.
like
The
a
naked
one-legged
man.
man asking contest. It's gonna be a
You're
struggle.
not going to do well. I do want to point out
No.
something new. One of us, well, I guess two of us. The James has had a beard on the podcast before. We've discussed how he looks like Smallville,
I
not
have.
Smallville, Arrow, Lex Luthor. But Casey I don't think has ever had facial hair on the podcast. Looking like
He had a little scruff that one time, but now he's got this ginger beard
looks
going
like an
on.
Irish peasant.
But the
Looks like if you gave him a
Potato,
green
please.
suit, he'd be a leprechaun.
That's right.
Stay away from my
So,
Lucky
Casey,
Charms.
I could
Tell us about this face pelt you're
Do you have
trying
a pot
to
of
grow.
gold somewhere?
Well, you know, for some reasons, I don't even know why, I decided to do the No Shave November this year. Probably jealousy of you guys and your magnificent beards. So I thought I'd try it this year, and I just let it go.
I think you should keep
Let
it.
it keep
I think it
growing.
looks great. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. Do
I
you
might-
got like
I might let it
do
keep
you have
going.
like a wash and a conditioner you're using, or
I
Or
don't.
you
You
should-
need a
have
beard
any
shampoo.
beard
straight
care
shampoo?
products.
Like,
You need to get you some beard shampoo.
you
and
really
some beard
do. It
oil.
helps out.
Yeah,
It's a beard oil.
yeah, and get
Oil
you
that
a
bad boy
boar's bristle brush. It's good for them. Feels good.
So
Exfoliates.
speaking of all of that, yet again, here's another group of people that might sponsor us down the road one day, maybe. But Live Beard or Live Bearded, yeah, it's Live Bearded, is where I get all of my beard products from. And they sent me like a sample pack with a brush and like 6 of their like different scents to try to like find one that I liked. And I've got one that I'm using right now. It's like an old fashioned is what it smells like. It's like bourbon and citrus.
So as a competitor here, I get mine from Beard Club, and I also get hair pomade. So I'm not a Dapper Dan man. I'm a Beard Club man. And Casey, I don't think you much need to worry about the hair pomade, but they do have a great selection of fine beard care items like oil. I use a cedarwood oil and a shampoo on my face fur. So it's good for you.
We just need to get these into a bidding war, to see who can.
That's exactly
pay
correct.
the most.
Or we could go with the same deal that we're going to give DK Oldies. They just send us free stuff, and we'll be fine with that.
Yeah.
They could each send us stuff. We'll cover it all. It's fine. We'll
Totally fine with
we'll
that.
review it all
In front of our
live on the
studio
podcast.
audience.
Mine
We'll have
is
Andrew
called
getting just out of the shower.
Mine's 1880 is what my scent is called.
1880, nice.
1880, and they have one that was called Tombstone. I think it used to be called Gunslinger, but now it's called Tombstone. I guess they PG'd it up because
Yeah, it had the
guns
G
are
word in it.
scary. Yeah, can't
You don't want to
say
say
it.
the G word.
Nope, don't want it.
Good.
Nope.
Don't want it. Can't say it.
I'm not sure.
Got
Did
that.
they
He did,
repeatedly say
and,
good?
I don't want to ask why. I'm concerned. Good.
Well, the G word.
Hey, Barry, do you use any
Good.
fancy
Got
beard products?
Gambling? Is
Garden
it gambling?
hose.
Is that why it was so bad?
Gertrude.
Yeah, because of the gambling.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We can't have dead air like this.
Goulash?
folks. Hey, Barry.
It was goulash. Goulash was the reason it was bad.
Casey asked if you use any beard
Goulash.
products.
Or do you just let it go natural? Just let your natural
I
scent
mean,
flow through the beard.
yesterday I used beer. I used some stuff. I've been trying some of that live bearded like James does.
Yeah.
I kind of just let it go normal. I am kind of more of so I have switched. I am a Sasquatch, Dr. Sasquatch person. So I bathe in Sasquatch stuff. So
Well, hang on a minute. You bathe in soap called Dr.
Did you
Squatch. Don't say you bathe in
Yeah,
Sasquatch
yeah,
stuff.
right
The Sasquatch essence,
Got
is that
some-
what you bathe in?
You got some Sasquatch stuff. Rubbed it all over yourself.
Dr. Sasquatch. This
Yeah,
is the summer
but don't-
citrus.
Yeah, but you say
Smells
I bathe
delicious.
myself in Sasquatch stuff. That's too
Well, I
vague.
said bathe myself
Whiskey
in
didn't
Dr.
say
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch
You
juice
said okay.
essence. Look at that
Man,
essence. I don't know.
any current events going on that you guys are interesting things happening? We used to always talk about wrestling news. I don't know if you
No.
Omega
ongoing
won the
wrestling
IWGP
things.
United States Championship. I don't know how I feel about that. They're getting rid of New Japan Strong, or they're retooling it.
What is the
It's the International
IWGP?
Wrestling Grand Prix. It was begun by
Yeah.
Antonio Inoki after the Japanese Wrestling Association. When Ricky Dozen passed away, Antonio Inoki and Giant Baba started their own wrestling promotions. Baba started All Japan Pro Wrestling. Inoki started New Japan Pro Wrestling. Inoki is a name you might remember as a pioneer in mixed martial arts. He had a boxer versus wrestler match against Muhammad Ali. So, Inoki was a pretty big deal. But anyway, so they just had Wrestle Kingdom as their big show in January. They do January the 4th in the Tokyo Dome. And pretty good. Pretty good stuff. It's always good wrestling. Zack Sabre Jr. joined the Mighty Don't Kneel, which is a tag team that you might remember from their WWE days. What was it, James? TM61 or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was TM61. It was Shane Thorne, and I can't remember the other guy because he was always injured. That's what cut their tag team short.
They're
wrestling
in
under their
NXT.
real names.
names are their old wrestling names of Shane Haste and Mad Mikey Nichols.
I think Shane
Yeah,
Haste
and
is Shane
it's like
Thorne.
Nick. It was Nick something. I feel like for Mike Nichols. But anyway,
Yeah.
so that's a big deal. And then also at New Year's Dash, Minoru Suzuki evidently turned babyface, which is insane. He's been like a devious bad guy as
Like
long
a
as I've
first
been
time.
watching Japanese wrestling, which is a few years. I mean, not terribly long, but that's wild to me that he's kind of turning into a good guy, it seems like. But then the big wrestling news is, of course, Vince McMahon returning to WWE after retiring.
I think he's
Is
just
he gonna have
pushing
any
to make a
major
bunch of
roles?
money. No.
Yes.
Does he just want to sell the company, you think?
I think he's just wanting to sell.
Major roles, yes and no. What they say is that he will not be involved in creative, which thank the good Lord, because Vince McMahon is awful. I don't know. It really
It's
isn't, and
not
it
his
really
strong
never
suit.
has been. I don't understand why people call him a genius. He's not a genius. He was ahead of his time in marketing and saw the value in cable television before some people, but he's not a genius of wrestling anyway. I'd rather Jim Cornette book my wrestling show as Vince McMahon any day. Thigh slap. But
I met Jim Cornette.
yeah, you did. At the Crockett Cup that I should have gone to.
Yeah, at the Crockett Cup that Andrew didn't go to.
Knowing what I know now, I
Yep.
definitely should have gone to the Crockett Cup. Thigh slap. But
He was very
You would
short.
have had so much more fun.
well, he's not a big guy.
He,
He's a wrestling genius. And that's controversial.
Well, yeah, but I thought it would be
Father
at least-
Cornette there.
A lot of people do
A lot
not
of
like
people
Jim
don't
Cornette.
think so.
I did thought he.
He's
I thought
a
he might be a little
controversial
bit taller,
fellow, I
though.
would say.
I thought
He
he'd be a little bit
ran
taller.
Smoky Mountain Wrestling, didn't he?
He
over
did
here
run
in the,
Smoky
in the
Mountain
Tennessee.
Wrestling. Yeah, that's right. He started. He wanted to do a territory, like an old school territory, and it lasted for a while.
Yeah.
Then he did Ohio
Nice.
Valley Wrestling. for
Other
WWE.
current news, well, it's not really current news, but our favorite Batman passed away.
Yeah, Kevin Conroy. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
man.
Yeah, for sure.
The greatest Batman of all time.
Yeah,
Pretty sure we voted about
think
that on
we
this
did.
on this very podcast.
we did. That's the reason why I said
Well,
our favorite
yeah.
Batman.
I tell you
that
what,
was-
Sir.
one of the
was the
greatest
best?
stories
Who was the
I
best?
have ever heard about him was he was serving food after 9/11 with a bunch of investment bankers or some. I don't remember what the people was, but they
think
was
they
like,
were
"You sound
firefighters."
familiar." And he's like, "Okay, so it was something I can't remember." But they all was just downtrodden, and they was like, he was like, "Yeah, I'm just having some food," and they was like, "You sound familiar." "Yeah, I do the voice of Batman." And the guy stepped out, and he's like, "Dude, Batman's feeding us," and they was like, "No, we don't believe it." And he did the "I am darkness," and everybody like lit up because he was Batman
I mean,
until he
I'd
went
go
So many
Wow.
people, he was Batman. I mean,
Batman was serving
Yeah.
me some lasagna or whatever. But yeah, that was sad.
yeah.
That was, I think that was kind of unexpected too. I didn't even know he was sick.
Didn't know it either. So
Sad.
it was very sad.
But what else is new? I don't know of anything
In
else.
other
that's-
news, you coached football
Yes.
this year. How
Oh,
was that?
great. It was. That's actually one of the reasons that we had such a hard time recording. Is I was always busy. I'd practice every day and games on Fridays, but it was great. Like it was an amazing experience, and I'm going to keep doing it as long as they'll let me. You know, I know it won't last forever, and so I'm taking advantage of it while I can. So I'll be back
was
next
awesome.
year.
I'm really glad that you enjoyed
Man, I loved
coaching.
it. I loved every minute of it.
So-
Some of those kids are little shitheads, but you can't help but love them. Like I adore them. You know, you just fall in love with them, and you want to slap some of them, but you love them,
Yeah.
and they know who
That's
they
it.
are. If any of them are listening to this, they know exactly who they are. They do know. I
They
promise
know.
you, they know.
Oh yeah.
He likes to be that way. He likes to get at me. There's one in particular that I go back and forth with a lot. He's a great kid, but he is a shithead.
Oh, ridiculous.
But you love them all. You know, there's there are so many. I mean, I don't know, man. It's hard to explain. I mean, and I know James has done some coaching. I know Avery was Dr. Hoops for a time, and so you guys, and I know Casey's done some coaching of kids, and this was my first experience with it, and you just fall in love with them.
I don't really know if we can call Dr. Hoops coaching kids. Avery was just schooling kids on the basketball court.
He was schooling
dunking
kids.
on-
That's a better word for it, I guess.
Avery's out there. Avery's out there, 6'4", all of him out there just dunking on these little.
You can say they were
middle
wheelchair
school
bound.
kids.
That's okay, because that's
Avery-
the facts.
Hey, very man. Trash talking them pretty hardcore.
I love Dr. Hoops.
And that's how it got the
I don't
name
even
Dr.
know. Honestly, I don't remember how that originally legitimately came about.
Well, while we talking about something else,
Avery was
that
telling
deer
us.
behind James's head, how he actually killed
Avery
him
was telling us about
by
him
drowning
playing.
it in the wild with his boot
Avery,
as a deer drowner.
What? Oh, no.
yeah. So
Oh, no.
the deer that's right here, if you can see it, I know Andrew can't with me pointing. When I shot it, it ran into the river or the little creek that cuts through the property that I hunt on down here in Cotton Swaller, and it just looked like the deer had drowned in the creek when I took the picture and sent it to Avery, and so that was pretty much it. The way Avery likes to tell it is, I just hide in the trees and pounce on deer as they walking under me, and I drown them in near
And then
shallow
drown
puddles
them
and
in
creeks.
whatever body of water he
And their
has.
bus springs. Grab them by their
That's
antlers
really
and
more
push their head
impressive.
down into
Yeah.
the water, huh?
It is. It's really. We'll start
You have to be really
grizzlies
quiet.
with a
No,
knife.
guys.
That's what I'm going to start doing next.
It's not impressive when you really know that he chloroforms them and then drowns them because they can't fight back.
I mean, if you get close
You're
enough to
sneaky.
deer to chloroform it, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, you're
That's
pretty
hilarious.
sneaky.
See,
dude.
This is what
Like
I
a
love
ninja.
about the Four
Well,
Horsemen.
but he also puts it in the corn.
These he drugs the corn, deer corn. These little throwaway remarks become incredible stories that we tell for years, and then we forget why we were telling them.
We're going to drive this
I
into
would
the
call
ground.
James a name, but it would not go well for the podcast.
You probably shouldn't, man.
Yeah,
This
we're
is-
going to keep it clean. So,
We need to get our listeners to respond and tell us which sections they would like us to revisit, like the I don't know. We used to do different things,
it's a big gambit. Like we used to have Boo Bear's question of the week,
Oh yes,
Casey's junk,
The one, hang on. There's one he's trying to.
which I guess it could become mine and Andrew's junk as well, because all of my stuff is in boxes.
you move,
Andrew's
you
got
move,
stuff
and
in
then
boxes.
The
Yeah,
one that he's
You got
referring
junk
to
everywhere.
is Heart Kid Versus. That's the one Casey wants to get back off the ground.
that's the one that I'm thinking of. I just couldn't say it.
Well, that's what Hot
that
Kid
one-
always
that's
ends
the
up.
I think that one's just coming straight
Well, we
off.
definitely do want to hear
That's
from
where the Hot Kid
audience.
always ends up.
I don't know if our audience enjoyed Heart Kit Versus, but we really enjoyed it.
So
Nothing
was
beats
ridiculous.
every version of Tiny Tim beating up
in a
the Heart Kid.
elimination chamber
Yeah.
style.
Like, you can't get over that.
Dude, what's involved
and
with
this
Bam
is
Bam?
for our new listeners. This is the Heart
Yeah.
Kid from Captain Planet, right? The
Yeah.
5 different powers or whatever, and the one kid with heart kind of gets left
So
out because
we
he can't
put
really
him
do
in these
anything.
scenarios like Heart Kid versus John Adams or something. or something.
you
And
got
we debate if he can have the monkey with him or not.
There's
He's
a
got
lot
a
to
little
go
monkey on
over.
his shoulder in the show.
the monkey.
There
The
is.
monkey is extremely useful. Like that's an outside element. It's strictly the Heart Kid and his little ring. That's it.
No,
Oh,
no
oh,
helpers. No
wait.
monkeys.
No helpers.
I just thought about it. I just thought about
Let's
one.
hear it.
Hot Kid and the Monkey versus one of the Wonder Twins and their monkey.
That's awesome. Yeah, they have.
Do they have a
Gleek.
monkey too?
Gleek was-
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
Leak. Yeah.
I've got one. right here.
Or
do
you
anything?
could go, or you could go Speed Racer and his monkey
One of the Wonder Twins.
versus the Hot Kid and the monkey.
You could go Aladdin and Abu versus Heart Kid and the monkey.
No lamp.
Oh,
though.
that's it's Aladdin.
No,
all day.
Well,
It
I'd
really
say
doesn't
Speed
matter.
Racer takes it because Speed Racer's monkey is like a chimp, and it'll rip that guy in half.
Yeah. Plus, Speed Racer would probably just beat him with a tire iron and be done with it.
Who else?
He would Vin Diesel it from Fast and the Furious.
Who else has
Yeah.
monkeys? I like where your head's at, Barry.
yeah. The monkey people. Versus,
Or just another pet. Another
Or
pet.
monkey
So like,
people, as in like
Heart
Planet
Kid,
of the Apes.
Heart Kid versus Charlton Heston from
No,
Planet
you
of
say-
the Apes with
yeah,
one
are
of the apes.
Yeah.
I
Are
mean-
you throwing
Yes,
Dr.
Dr.
Sayus in there?
Dr. Sayus versus the Heart Kid and the monkey. Wouldn't he be
No,
taken
so-
aback by seeing a monkey that was
For a minute,
as primitive
maybe.
as he is, though? That would probably,
Yeah, probably.
throw him
Yeah.
off a little bit.
how about like
Yeah, and
this
then
guinea
his
pig?
blood rush.
So like Johnny Quest and his dog.
Are you talking like Jasmine and Hey, Bray, I don't think you're allowed to call. What was Johnny Quest?
Haji.
His like buddy, a dog.
Haji.
That's not allowed. Yeah, that ain't allowed.
I was calling his
He's a human.
I was calling his dog the little like white and bullseye dog.
Yes.
Isn't the dog's
Bandit,
name like
that's
Bandit
right.
or something?
Space Ghost has a monkey. Or he's got those kids and they had a monkey. So I think Space Ghost would be a worthy opponent.
Space.
Shaggy
Ghost
how many
is
people
weird.
have monkey
Plus his
sidekicks?
Hot Kid and the monkey.
I think you got to go.
Shaggy and Scooby?
Scrappy. I don't think you can go Scooby.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to think.
No, nobody likes Scrappy.
Heart Kid versus Michael Jackson and Bobo the Chimp. What was that Clint Eastwood movie where he had a chimp?
Oh, man.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but loose.
Anyway, but loose.
Heart Kid versus Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Oh, Clint Eastwood
Clint
messed
Eastwood
him
the
up
actor or Clint Eastwood one of his characters?
because he was
Dirty Harry.
Okay. So, yeah, Dirty Harry.
Or the
I
guy
could
from
just see it.
Unforgiven?
Yeah, I could just see Dirty Harry got Heart Kid pinned down, 45 pointed at his face. Do you feel lucky? Do you?
Oh, man.
You gotta ask yourself, did he fire five shots
Right
or
tongue,
six?
Clyde.
Let's find out. Russian roulette here.
Man, I'm trying to think of who else has monkeys, and I can't.
Man.
Think of anybody.
I mean, we don't have to be limited to just monkeys, but
Well, I mean, if
it's a
we're
good-
limiting it to monkeys, you got The Rock and the monkey from Rampage.
How about since we're not limiting it to monkeys, Heart Kid versus Optimus Prime?
I mean, most of these are in some kind of a cage or a
As the
wrestling ring,
Superman.
right? So
Yeah.
it seems like The Rock would
That's
you know,
true.
he's got some experience in the ring there, so he would probably take the Heart Kid pretty quick,
Yeah.
I would say.
And knowing The Rock, he's not going to let us book him to lose. So,
Ric Flair would put the Heart Kid over and
Yeah.
make him look like $1 million doing it.
I mean,
Ric
is
Flair
this,
would also have a
current
heart
Ric
attack and die.
Flair?
modern today.
1983 Ric
In
Flair,
its prime, Ric Flair.
the greatest wrestler of all time.
Okay.
One of
I
my
think I got
favorite
it.
things to one of
I
my
think I
favorite
got a
things
good
to
one.
look at online is when is when
There's
Ric
gotta be-
Flair does, like, they meme over his interviews with, like, your drunk uncle
No
showing up
context, Flair.
at Christmas and, like, Flair falling
Go ahead,
down.
Barry.
Yeah, those are great.
I agree.
Okay, Hot Kid and the Monkey versus the chimpanzee lady and one of the chimps. What was her name? Jane Gooding?
Jane Goodall?
Jane Goodall.
Yes, Jane Goodall versus the monkey. That's hilarious. I feel
She would just try to study the monkey
I feel
and
like they're-
shoo the Hart Kid
I
away.
feel like their goals are in line.
Yeah, so get out of here,
Like, I don't
Hart Kid.
think they would find. Yeah, Jane Goodall.
They both
Yeah.
have the heart
Jane Goodall could have definitely been the Heart
thing
Kid.
going on.
Heart Kid versus Commander Shepard.
I mean, we've talked about this before, but wouldn't you be? I mean, you know, if you're the last one to get this magic ring and you see all these people getting cool
You'd
powers
be
and you get
furious.
heart, wouldn't you be a little disappointed? Like this,
I'd
you
be
can
like,
control this.
Yeah,
one, you
this
can
MF
control
over here
wind, you
can
make
launch fire
hurricanes
out
or
of his
whatever.
ring. And
Yep.
but Heart.
And I got some
Ambiguously gay
ambiguous
power.
I'm out. I'd be like, where's that weird rock toxic nuclear
Let me join in.
guy? Like, I'm done.
I'm joining his team.
I'm joining the polluters.
And
He
then
might
if,
give me a
if he's
better
gone,
ring.
they can't summon Captain
He might
Planet
have
anymore.
better
So.
rings. I bet
Yeah.
they do.
Didn't they have a? Yeah. Didn't they have a
He
weird
got a whole
looking
assortment of them.
like?
He could have been lightning or something.
Didn't they have like a
Yes, they
rat
did.
looking dude
Yeah.
and a pig guy? They had some weird stuff.
Wait,
They're
wait,
going
wait,
through
wait,
their
wait.
box of rings. They're like, let's see,
The Soul
lightning,
Stone.
meteor strikes. I don't know. The soul.
Soul Stone.
I got it. I
No,
got
his
it.
heart.
Hot Kid and the Monkey versus one of the biker mice from Moss.
They're gonna break him in half.
One of them?
Immediately.
That's like Hart Kid versus a street shark.
Heart Kid versus E Honda.
He's got
done.
that 1,000-hand slap, man. He'd be dead in a minute.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's the Gandhi? What's the Buddhist one?
Dalsim.
Hakum Fire.
The one who
His
blows
name.
fire and
Dalsim, yeah.
stretches his own
yeah.
gut.
Yeah. Hakum fire! Hakum flame.
Yeah.
He gets so depressed when he does flame.
Heart
Yeah, he's
Kid,
like flame.
Yeah.
Flame.
But when he like when it's fire, he's like fire!
Heart Kid versus
Flame.
the King from Burger King.
Okay, we gotta wrap this up,
Yeah.
As the Sneak King?
boys. I gotta say, we might
Where he
need to wrap
sneaks
this
up
up.
and hands him a
'cause
burger?
I do not go to bed.
Oh, Avery's calling it a night.
Sick of these
Well,
heart kids.
we've come up with several.
No,
good-
no, 4 a.m. comes early in the morning, boys.
You get up at 4 a.m. by choice.
So,
You have to be at work at the same time.
it's because I
do.
live
it's early.
30 minutes away.
I live 30 minutes away.
No, you don't.
So
do.
next time we get together, we'll have if any of our listeners want to email us.
At
What's our email address?
gmail.com.
Chinwag with Horsemen.
Yeah,
Gmail.
at gmail.com.
Yeah, just anybody email us, and if you have any ideas for any
But
segments,
especially
you want us to
suggest Heart Kid
do, we can
versus.
totally do this, and we can. But mostly just a bunch
We've
of
got
Heart
some
Kid
good
versus ideas.
That's
It
all
is
Casey
hilarious.
likes, Hard Kid versus.
We got to bring it back. I don't know. We love doing
It
those
could
kind
almost-
of things for some reason, but
It could almost be its own
We'll do a
podcast,
good one
really.
next week or next time we record.
It really could.
It
We could
takes up,
probably
like,
stretch it.
it does a lot. It takes
that's
up a lot
okay.
of the podcasting time talking about it. but-
All right, so how about this? How about this? For all of our listeners out there, write in, tell us who you want to see Heart Kid take on. If you want Heart Kid versus to be its own separate podcast, which might be not all of the Horsemen all at one time because we kind of have to coordinate getting all of us on here. As you can tell, it took like 6-8 months to get us all back to being able to do this. But let us know. Let us know what other segments you want. I think we hit gold with the new retro game of
That was
the
a
week.
good idea.
So next time
The audience loved it.
we'll play. Yeah, the audience absolutely loved it. So hit us up, chinwagwithhorsemen@gmail.com.
We're so excited to be back, as you can tell, because we've ran Aberry to
Everybody
sleep.
good?
So we'll take this moment. We'll take this moment
Yeah.
to sign off. So for Chinwag with the Horsemen, I'm Andrew.
I'm Mayberry.
He woke up. I'm James.
Thanks for listening.
And I'm Casey.